Today match against Guinea-Bissau. Today's issues in the news. We'll be looking at what is likely going to be the outcome of the Nigerian Super Eagles game against Guinea-Bissau today. Yes, you can recollect that the Guineans they defeated the Super Eagles of Nigeria 1-0 in their qualifying game in the World Cup qualifier right back in Nigeria. And the coach of the side, talking about Osipesero, he said he's not looking at revenge, but that the Super Eagles of Nigeria should all go out there and just get the needed 3 points against the Guineans, who are also talking tough that they are going to replicate, they are going to defeat the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And also we'll be talking about a lot of other sporting activities going on. Talking about Anthony Joshua preparing to fight Ngannou in a boxing bout that will be coming up a match, and also we'll be talking about results in the English Premier League, and also talking about outcome of games in the Spanish La Liga. We'll be talking about events as they unfold in the African Cup of Nations. Yes, we'll be telling you about the games that will be decided today and the ones that were decided yesterday in the African Cup of Nations. Quickly, we're going to start with the first story of the day. It has to do with Anthony Joshua. I won't underrate Ngannou. This is coming from Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua is inspired by Francis Ngannou and won't underrate him when the two face off in a 10-round clash in Saudi Arabia on March 8th. Joshua, 34 years of age, is hoping an impressive knockout can fire up interest in a Tyson Fury showdown after Gypsy King was almost upset by Ngannou last October. Cameroon-born Ngannou made it to the top of the UFC after traveling as a refugee from Africa to Europe, which included harrowing journeys by sea and truck. It is something which has inspired Joshua. Yes, Ngannou almost turned the world when he floored Fury on his boxing debut last October before the Gypsy King recovered to edge out a win on points and save embarrassment. And Joshua has said that he won't underestimate the former UFC champion. And I know a lot of people are looking towards that game. Yes, what do you really expect from the bout? Anthony Joshua against Francis Ngannou. Yes, two boxers of African descent, one from Cameroon and the other from Nigeria, here in Ogun State. And we hope that that game will be a firecracker. Yes, we'll be talking about Anthony Joshua. A lot to talk about him. He has not been doing badly of recent, winning three boxing he took on towards the end of the last year. And he said he's in good form of his life, and he will face Francis Ngannou March 8th. And yes, we hope Anthony Joshua can as well put up a human performance there and just get the job done before preparing to face Tyson Fury again, who he has once defeated. Going up front. Yes, talking about Tyson Fury and Joshua, that will be a rematch if eventually Francis Ngannou fail to get the better side of Anthony Joshua. Yes, before we take you to Europe and other African Cup of Nations story, quickly let's talk about our own. Talking about the Nigerian Professional Football League. One-time Nigerian League champions, Lobby Stars of Makurdi, go into the second half of the league. Yes, the 2023-2024 Nigerian Premier Football League on top of the table, thanks to their 1-0 win over Plateau United at the Lafayette Township Stadium. Yesterday, Kumanga saw 23rd minute. Goal was enough for Igene Agabe's side to cement the win against their hard-fighting opponent, who have been in resurgent form recently. Lobby Stars' only league title was won in 1999, and the closest they have been to claiming the title again was in 2018, when they only benefited a spot on the continent, no thanks to the disruption of the league after match day 24. This season, they have been impressive, winning 11 matches, drawing 3, losing 5, and gaining 36 points in the process, 1 point ahead of second place Raymond Stars. In other match day 19 games, Raymond Stars kept up the pressure on top of the table with a 2-1 win over Abia Warriors in Ikene, while champions Enyimba also shot their title contention back to life with a 2-1 win. Yes, 2-1 away win at 3SC. After a goalless first half in Ibadan, the people were Levant led through Chijioke Mboma's penalty. Karim Ademola equalized for the host later on, but Chibuze Izogu netted the winner with a long range strike in the added time. Also talking about another game in Kano, Suleiman Idris and Rabiu Ali were on target. The former champions condemned Atlant FC to the bottom of the table with a 2-1 victory, just as relegation threatened Gombe United and Bayelsa United settled for a 1-1 draw at the Bantami Stadium. Akwa United also beat Enugu Rangers by a long goal to record 2 consecutive home wins for the first time this season, while Katsina United had Niger Tornadoes to a goalless draw in Kaduna. Yes, a lot to talk about in the Nigerian Professional Football League. Yes, away victory for Enyimba against us 3SC of Ibadan. Yes, we'll still talking about African footballers this time around. We'll be taking you straight to the African Cup of Nations right here in Ivory Coast. Morocco were at to a 1-0 draw as DR Congo fights back. Silas clinical second half strike on DR Congo at the sub point against Morocco in Group F of the 2023 African Cup of Nations. Morocco took an early lead when Ashraf Hakimi lost his marker and volleyed the opener from Hakim Ziyech's corner. Cedric Bakambu missed a chance to equalize from the penalty spot for DR Congo shortly before half-time. But the Leopards level parity when Muvampa calmly stroked the ball into the net from Mesjak Elias cut back. Both teams had chances to win it late on, with Morocco indebted to goalkeeper Yazin Bonunu after he tipped fixing Mayele's rapsing shot over the bar. Tension spilled over after a hard-fought match at the Stadio Laurent Poco in San Pedro as scuffle broke out between both sets of players following the full-time whistle. World Cup semi-finalist Morocco, one of the favorites for the tournament, remained top of Group C. Yes, Group F on 4 points, while DR Congo have 2 points after back-to-back draws. Yes, in the other game decided yesterday, Tanzania had hopes of a first African Cup of Nations win after 44 years dashed when 10-man Zambia snatched a late 1-1 draw in Group F in San Pedro. Senior Musamba scored after 11 minutes for Tanzania, but Zambia overcame the red card of Captain Rodrigue Kabwe before halftime to equalize 88 minutes through Patson Daka. Earlier on Sunday, yes, we told you earlier that the Morocco drew 1-0 against DR Congo. And also the third game of the day was a game where a lot happened as well. Quickly telling you that the other games decided yesterday. South Africa ran riot of Namibia 4-0 against the brave warriors of Namibia, who actually defeated Tunisia in their first game. But they yes, it was so hard for them yesterday. They couldn't curtail the firepower of the boys talking about the Bafana of South Africa. 4-0. It all ended in favor of South Africa, who also lost their first game. Yes, matches will be decided today in the ongoing African Cup of Nations in Ivory Coast. We will beat Guinea-Bissau for Nigerians. This is coming from Victor Osimhen with 4 points already, and second Group A behind Equatorial Guinea on goal difference. The Super Eagles of Nigeria are all out to finish their group campaign on a high as group leaders at the 2023 African Cup of Nations today, but they have been advised to be by ex-internationals and fans to tread carefully against their opponents Talking about Guinea-Bissau, the Super Eagles play their bottom place side at the Stade Felix Boningli in Abidjan, needing a win to go top of the table, given that Equatorial Guinea are unable to beat Ivory Coast in the other last game of the group. After a 1-0 draw in their first game against Equatorial Guinea, Jose Pesiero's men got their campaign back on track with a spirited 1-0 victory over host Ivory Coast, while their opponent today, Guinea-Bissau, lost both of their games and are eliminated from the tournament. Guinea-Bissau stunned the Eagles courtesy a long goal win here in Abuja during the qualifier. 18 players who featured in the defeat to the White Dog March 24 last year, including Osimhen, with the theme in Ivory Coast, and are seeking revenge against the team coached by Basiro Kande. Eagles striker Victor Osimhen said the Eagles will study the tape of the loss to Guinea-Bissau and come up with a strategy to beat the fellow West Africans. A lot of advice coming from ex-international this time around. Let's take views coming from ex-international, talking about the likes of Tijani Babangida, Egweke, and others. Once Eagles with 4 points already, the second in Group A. Yes, the Super Eagles play the bottom play side, and yes, they are doing everything possible to actually get the needed victory against the Guinea-Bissau. Yusuf eyes return after Guinea-Bissau clash. Royale Antwerp midfielder Al Hassan Yusuf has said that he expects to be back for the Super Eagles at the African Cup of Nations in Ivory Coast after their match against Guinea-Bissau on Monday. Yusuf AFCON debut against Equatorial Guinea lasted only 69 minutes as the 23-year-old was forced off due to injury after posting an impressive performance despite Nigeria's overwhelming performance against the National Thunder, which drew scathing criticism back home. Fans reserved praises for the debuting Yusuf, who impressed in his first competitive game for the Eagles. And yes, talking about other games that will be decided today. Yes, we'll be talking about another games today. We'll be having the likes of Equatorial Guinea playing against Ivory Coast, while Egypt without Mohamed Salah will be up against the Blue Sharks of Cape Verde. Yes, Blue Sharks of Cape Verde, they've been having it so good in the tournament. And also Mozambique will be against Ghana. The game will be coming up at 9 in the evening, while Nigerian Super Eagles will be up against Guinea-Bissau by 6 p.m. today as well. Yes, let's talk about the game. Yes, talk about the games that will be decided today, and most especially centered on the Super Eagles game, Guinea-Bissau against Nigeria. What are your expectations? Equatorial Guinea against Ivory Coast. Yes, what do you really expect? Do you really think the host country will bounce back from that defeat to Nigeria? Yes, the number to dial to be part of the show this morning is 08065226145. The number again, 08065226145. Let's talk about our own dear Super Eagles of Nigeria. We are giving them support. Fellow Nigerians, no shaking. We are winning. Yes, a lot of people will remember that song. Yes, fellow Nigerians, we are actually winning today, and we should give them our total support. Number to dial again to be part of the show, to be a part of the show, is 08065226145. Let's talk about the performance of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. What are your expectations in today's game? Let's talk about our guys. Still talking about the African Cup of Nations. Scores for calm in Guinea after 6 fans died amid AFCON celebration. The Guinean Football Federation. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you calling from?
I'm calling from Akoko, Olukoju Adelaku from Akoko.
Okay, Olukoju Adelaku from Akoko. Let's have your take.
This evening, when Nigeria want to play, I will say Nigeria will win the cup.
So your scoreline prediction?
Yes, so.
By how many goals?
2-0.
2-0. Yes, in favor of Nigeria, all the way from Akoko. Yes, we hope that the Super Eagles of Nigeria will actually carry the day. 2-0. That would be a very good result. But we want this Super Eagles to actually show that they are superior when it comes to playing. Yes, hello, good morning. Hello. Please, you can call us back. The line is breaking. Yes, let's talk about the African Cup of Nations. The Super Eagles of Nigeria will be fighting out against their counterparts Guinea. Actually, in the qualifying match, one of the qualifying matches for the African Cup of Nations, this same Guinea came to Nigeria and defeated the Super Eagles of Nigeria by a long goal. Do you really think it's time for the Super Eagles to take revenge, or they should go out there and play their game and get the needed 3 points so that they will be able to top the table and get maybe a lesser team to play? Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my people in the house.
Fine, your name and where you calling us from?
This is Sajan Waji calling from Ado-Ekiti.
Okay, your expectation today?
To be 2-1 in favor of Nigeria.
Don't you think the team that came to Nigeria to defeat the Super Eagles of Nigeria, don't you think at the neutral ground it will be a level playing ground for both sides?
It is a level playing ground, but Nigeria must surely win them.
Okay, thank you. The word of Mr. Chikudi there. Nigeria must surely win them. Yes, we pray that the Super Eagles of Nigeria actually carry the day. Thank you for that beautiful contributions. 2-1 in favor of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Also still talking about events unfolding in the African Cup of Nations. Guinea beat the Gambia 1-0, and that led to celebration in Guinea, which actually also led to the death of 3 of their fans. Yes, 6 of their fans, and the Guinean Football Federation and former star Pascal Fendondo has called for calm after supporters died back home celebrating the country's first win at the ongoing African Cup of Nations. 6 people died after the team ignited their Nations Cup campaign. Fegu Foot, yes, as their founding court has told said that after fans took to the road of the Guinean capital Conakry to celebrate in car and on motorcycles and accident, and 6 of their fans died. And yes, fans spilled onto the street shortly after the final whistle blew in the Ivorian capital, where Guinea win, which followed Monday's opening 1-0 draw with Cameroon, was only their 3rd in their last 15 Nations Cup matches dating back to 2012. Yes, let's take some stories coming from the English Premier League. Still, we are expecting your call. Let's talk about the games that will be decided today. Yes, you can talk about the other games. Talking about the Equatorial Guinea against Ivory Coast and the other games in the other groups. Talking about Cape Verde against Egypt without Mohamed Salah, who actually got an injury and he is back now in England. Yes, where he will be undergoing surgery and some other treatment in Liverpool. And also there is this game that you will want to watch. Talking about the Black Stars of Ghana, who will be up against Mozambique, and it promises to be an interesting encounter. Also today, let's talk about the games decided yesterday in the English Premier League. Let's talk about the Europe competitions across Europe. Yesterday it was fire for fire in the English Premier League, and also in the Italian Serie A, German Bundesliga, and also talking about the games where in Germany, a lot of people, a lot of book makers will actually want to give it to high rising Bayern Munich, and they lost at home to Werder Bremen. A long goal that game. Yes, I know a lot of people will be thinking that Bayern Munich will get all the 3 points, but they lost in that game. And also Augsburg defeated Borussia Mönchengladbach, and it was 2-1. Also in the English Premier League, Sheffield United and West Ham United played out a 2-2 draw, while Liverpool, without Mohamed Salah, got the better side of Bournemouth by 4-0. In Italy, 3-1, Frosinone defeated Cagliari, while Empoli defeated Monza by 3-0. Also, Salernitana were defeated at home by Genoa by 1-2. Why, yes, the table topper, talking about Juventus in Serie A, defeated Lecce by 3-0. Yes, you can say Juventus this time around, this season, they are red hot and they are destroying any team who comes across them. 3-0 in favor of Juventus. Also talking about Girona, defeated Sevilla by 5-1. Yes, Girona has been the highest scoring team in the Spanish La Liga, defeating nearly all, only getting 2 draws in their campaign this season, and still topping the table. Also, Barcelona defeated Real Betis by 4-2, while Real Madrid also came from behind to defeat Almeria by 3-2. Also, Osasuna defeated Getafe by 3-2 in the Spanish La Liga. Oshuala wins Super Copa Femina in Spain. Super Falcon striker Asisat Oshuala lifted her first trophy of the year 2024 following Barcelona victory in their Super Copa Femina. Oshuala was a second half substitute as Barcelona produced an attacking masterclass to beat Levante 7-0 in the final played inside Estadio Municipal in Leganés. Barcelona's dominance was total in the first half as brace each from Salma Paralelo and Graham Hansen, as well as Ona Bartley, gave the Jonathan Gidres tutored ladies 5-0 advantage at halftime. After the break, Graham Hansen completed a hat-trick before Aitana Bomati scored in the 57th minute. Oshuala was introduced from the bench in the 64th minute but could not add to Barcelona's tally to get to the final. Barcelona defeated fierce rival Real Madrid by 4-0, while Levante shut down Rashidat Ajibade Atletico Madrid 3-1. Oshuala has now clinched 12 club honors since joining Barcelona in 2019. The former Rivers Angel star has celebrated 4 Spanish League titles, 2 UEFA Women's Champions League honors, 3 Copa de la Reina, and 3 Supercopa de España Femina. Oshuala's success makes her the most successful African woman in European football history. Aside from multiple club honors, several individual accolades have followed Oshuala since she became a Barcelona player. The FC Robo product won 3 of our 6 African Women's Footballer of the Year award, while in Spain, Oshuala finished as the Primera Division top scorer in 2022, the first Nigerian to do the same a few months after she was named the IAAFHS Women's Cup Best Player of the Year. However, Oshuala's current contract with Barcelona expires in June 2024, and I know Oshuala will want to sign another contract with Barcelona, though a lot of clubs are gunning for a signature, talking about the likes of Chelsea ladies, Liverpool ladies, and also Arsenal ladies are also gunning for a signature. Will Oshuala stay put in Spain, or would she leave and experience another weather, another condition, and another style of play in another league? Tony, Tripper, Wizen, Gumares, Isiak, Mourinho, Oxen, Roya, all are in the news today, talking about transfer stories. Brentford England striker Ivan Toney, who has been linked heavily with Arsenal and Chelsea, will not push for a January move. And the 27-year-old plans to stay with the Bees until the summer. Newcastle United will not sell their England pair, 33-year-old defender Kieran Tripper, a target for Bayern Munich, or the 31-year-old striker Callum Wilson, who has been linked with Atletico Madrid this month. Tripper and Wilson will not agitate for a move, but Bayern will test Newcastle resolve by making an improved bid for the fullback after an initial offer was rejected. Newcastle wants 50 million euros from Bayern Munich for Tripper, while the German club only wants a loan deal. Newcastle United will be forced to sell Brazil midfielder Bruno Gumares and Sweden striker Alexandra Isak to meet financial fair play regulations. Still very much around, still talking about leagues, still talking about moves, talking about transfer stories. This morning, West Ham United are going to focus on securing Manchester City and England's midfielder Calvin Phillips on loan after seeing a move for Arsenal and England midfielder Emile Smith-Rowe rebuffed. Also, Jose Mourinho's preference is to stay in Italy following his sacking by Roma, and the Portuguese is set to hold talks with Napoli president Aurelio De Laurentiis about taking charge of the struggling Serie A champions. Also, Crystal Palace have started drawing up a short list of potential candidates to replace manager Roy Hodgson, with ex-Nottingham Forest boss Steve Cooper, former Wolves manager Julian Lopetegui, Ipswich boss Kieran McKenna, and former Mainz boss Bo Svensson among the candidates. Tottenham Hotspur have turned down an offer of 20 million euros from Al Nassr for 25-year-old Brazil defender Emerson Royal, with the Saudi Pro League side weighing up whether to increase their bid or not. Also, Juventus are still interested in Tottenham midfielder Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, but Spurs will only consider a permanent sales or a loan with an obligation to buy for the Denmark international. Everton defender Ben Godfrey could be an option for AC Milan, while Sheffield United and Leeds United are also interested in the 26-year-old Englishman. Aston Villa have rejected West Ham offer to sign 20-year-old Colombia striker Joan Duran on loan with an option to buy. Aston Villa may also allow Joan Duran to leave if they are able to sign Middlesbrough winger Morgan Rogers, 21 years of age. While Unai Emery is also targeting a move for F-Box and Iceland keeper Afcon Valdimarsson. Liverpool won 20 million euros for Republic of Ireland goalkeeper Callum Keller, who has been linked heavily to Celtic.